Welcome to Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Psalms, Psalm 35, and this is a psalm of David reflecting upon his struggle in both 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel. He says, "Lord, I want you to go to bat for me and contend with those who are fighting against me." And he's asking the Lord to be his shield and buckler, his shield and armor, calling upon the Lord to get up and help him out. And he's asking the Lord to brandish spear and javelin. But we know that the Lord is not going to literally be throwing spears at folks. So what is he asking for? Well, he says, "Say to me, I'm your salvation." In a real sense, what David is saying, I need you to make me strong in spite of this, to preach to me, Lord, preach to me and tell me you're my salvation, not my own efforts, not the things of this world. He goes on, "May those who seek my life be disgraced and put to shame." You know, one of the things about this is that David, he's not perfect, but he's saying, I've done nothing to merit this level of hostility. And so let them who seek my life, let them go down in shame and dishonor and be confused and slip in the darkness. Those who have a wicked intent, may that wickedness come back on them. Since they hid their net for me, again, without cause. He's saying, I haven't merited this. And there are times in our lives when we face things that we don't think we deserve. And the facts may bear that out, but that doesn't stop the struggle, right? The fight. And so they've dug a pit for me. May they be ruined by their own efforts. May they be snared by their own deceit, their own malice and sin, so that they would harm themselves. And we do see this at times where the wicked, their schemes fall back on them. He says, verse 9, "Then I will rejoice in the Lord and delight in his salvation." And it is throughout Scripture the joy of the faithful to see the Lord defeat the wicked, to overturn the mockers, the God haters, right? And he says, "My whole being will exclaim, who is like you?" And there is no one like you. But the mockers against David and the people of faith are saying, your God is nothing, right? It's you, Lord, as it goes on in verse 10, you are the one who rescues the poor, the needy, the weak, right? Verse 11, we head into the courtroom. Ruthless witnesses come forward and say things about me that are just not true, things I know nothing about, and they repay evil for good, because we know in the court, sometimes not about what's true, it's just about how the law works. And the law is a hammer being used against God's faithful one. "So I went about mourning," he says. "I bowed my head in grief. I'm weeping. I'm stumbling." I mean, you can feel the anguish that he's going through. But then we get down to verse 19 and onwards, where, again, he's looking for the deliverance from the Lord. "I'll give thanks to you in the great assembly when you rescue me from the ravages of these people. Vindicate me, Lord, in your righteousness." Not my righteousness. Don't let them gloat over me. Don't let them think, aha, we have swallowed him up. But instead, may all who gloat over me in my distress, may they be put to shame. That's all the time we have. Have fun reading Psalm 35.